Run your mouth, bitch, yo, we out of our minds. Run your mouth.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Run Your Mouth podcast. We got a new crew in here tonight. Mike just didn't show up. I might not have told him. That could be on me. I'm not sure. Then we got special guest, BK Chris, Joseph Roberts, as always.
Hello.
Nice to have you all here. So while we have you on air, how the fuck do we get you out of here quicker? What can we do about
Holy
this?
shit.
No, I think we got to start going out of Studio B. I think that's just...
No, we did a bonus show tonight.
All right, fair enough.
What's that? I mean, we're not live right now, are we?
We're live. This is live.
This is
It's
live?
going out
Yeah, we
to
have
your
about, like,
fans.
300
we
people.
hijacked your channel.
That's fine.
It's a hostile takeover of the HSR radio show
I'm fine with that.
channel going on now. All right, first question I want to throw out there. Last week we had a health expert on, my friend Eric Levi. I don't know if you know him. He was doing stand-up for a while. Real funny guy.
He's a health expert?
Now he's like a
And a
holistic health expert and a Jew.
I don't believe any of these things.
Why? What's so unbelievable about Jews being
You're
healthy?
unhealthy people. Smoked fish, bagels.
Yeah.
The anxiety levels.
That's true.
You
Not eating.
high level of heart attacks.
But
Long
sometimes
marches.
when you're bad at shit, it takes more of an investment, and then you can become more of an expert at it. Like I would say I'm naturally bad at sales, but because of that, I had to overcompensate and really learn the mechanics of it. And now I think I could more easily teach somebody sales than someone who's like naturally good at it.
Okay.
So I bet like you got to overcome all that Jew anxiety when you make an investment in your health, and then you become even more of an expert.
And then you get that level of compulsion, but about health.
Exactly,
And it
because
brings you to
you
the
gotta
next level.
you turn the wheel. So did you guys do any? I did healthy for about 3 days, and now I'm just back.
I definitely cut down on seltzer.
You did?
Yeah.
That's
I
not
did.
unhealthy.
No, he said it
Well,
was. He said it stresses your system
stresses
before you're
your
eating.
yeah.
But I think you got to get to like a high level of health before like seltzer's the thing you got to get rid of.
I think also, I think a seltzer, if I have a liter of seltzer in my house at the end of the night, I'm not eating a cookie.
Yeah? Why? It's so sweet?
It's not even that the sweetness of the seltzer. I think I will just sit and it'll the bubbles will give me something
That
and
you
I'll
don't
just
need.
drink,
Well,
I'll
maybe
drink the whole the vintage bottle of seltzer, that
Classic.
company. Yeah, the classic. I'll drink one of those and then it fills my stomach with bubbles and I'm not craving other shit.
So maybe you're describing exactly what you're saying. You're sensing that you've already put unhealthy in you, so you don't need the cookie. That's basically what he
Maybe
was
it's
saying.
still better than the cookie
Well, I do both.
because I'm not eating
Plus
one
a sandwich.
cookie, probably like 7 or 8.
But you're talking small cookies then. You're not getting like big bakery cookies.
Big
and
New
going
York
for
If
8 of
I'm
them.
going sweet at the end of the night though,
Yeah.
I'm getting like I'm getting like a big Rice Krispie treat and then like a gummy bear.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I feel like the bottle of seltzer is the better choice.
I go to my-
mean, when it comes down to cookie or seltzer, obviously seltzer. But I ain't even been eating no cookies either.
I go to my pizza place late at night and I just overeat. I mean, like, I just, yeah.
About,
By
like,
my
8
house, there's all these Pakistani restaurants that are open till like 6 a.m, and you can get a feast for $9. Like you're eating, like I'm talking about, like you're eating. They'll fry a fish for you. Like,
Hell yeah.
That sounds disgusting, though.
nah, it's. I'm telling you,
Pakistani fried fish.
delicious fish pakora.
They got spices
Fantastic.
over there.
Dude, I'm telling you, you'll get like 4 or 5. I'll go in there with like one dude. You get like 3 or 4 naans.
Yeah.
So you're eating all these carbs. Then you're getting rice. But then you're getting like butter chicken, shish kebabs, fried fish. And I'm like, this is $18. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm eating like a king. I'd be
For nothing.
retarded not to.
For nothing. Okay. I got some big shit going on in my life that I want to get into.
Big shit,
I've had to
Robbie.
deal with some real adversity this week. But the first is, this is kind of fun.
Would you
Yeah.
try to go to church in fucking New Zealand?
Exactly. Yeah, I did. They won't let you if you're Jewish. They don't even let you on the plane. They ask you, what are you going here for?
The
New
Muslims
Zealand-
shoot at you.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, New Zealand, it's not that easy. That's like where rich people want to move, I've heard, because if things go to shit, New Zealand's like, I guess, out of all the nuclear zones or something like that.
That makes sense. Nobody's nuking fucking New
Yeah,
Zealand.
no one,
Gives a-
no,
nothing there.
no one gives a shit. It's just sheep and Lord of the Rings movies, nothing else, and Muslims that people
And
want to
dead
get
Muslims.
rid of. So I noticed a couple days ago, I woke up first time in forever at 7 a.m. And the reason I woke up at 7 a.m. was I ate a little too much late at night. I took some fiber pills, and I woke up and I really needed to take a shit. Otherwise, I wouldn't be up at 7 in the morning. Like, that's why I work the shitty jobs I do, is just so I don't have to be up at 7 in the morning. That's it. I've made a lifestyle decision that I don't want to be up at 7 in the morning. But I wake up at 7 in the morning this morning, and I look across the window, and I'm looking right into a woman, beautiful, naked lady, right?
Wow.
I'm like smoke show, completely naked, and she's just folding her clothes. She's got like big double D tits. I want to say she's like 27, so they got no sag in them. They're firm, perfect nipple size. Like, she's kind of tall, black hair.
Why'd you start this conversation saying you had some problems?
No, because we're going to get to the problem. Because it started off really great. Now it's almost annoying me. We'll get to it in a second. Okay, so I wake up this first morning, 7 a.m., and I notice it, like, in first, it's like kind of like a silhouette kind of thing, but then I have bad vision, and I'm supposed to wear glasses, but I never wear glasses. But for something like this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put my
glasses out.
right? So I put on my glasses, but now, not only am I wearing my glasses, I'm actually waking up at 7 a.m. every single morning and putting on my glasses, because this chick every single morning at 7 a.m. is just naked in her room. And she is like getting ready for work a show. But so the first thing I'm trying to figure out is, I can't tell if because of the sight line, she has her like window shades in a way that I'm able to see in, but she thinks that she can't be seen.
Shouldn't really bother you, but who cares? Okay.
Okay, so let's get into that, because I feel like I'm like a little bit obsessed with it, because I've yet to get a really good look. Like, I haven't been able to like get comfortable to just take in, like, as opposed like
you're like crawling, you're like army crawling.
Once
up
you
to
get
the window.
in shaky cam mode, you probably can't see in there anymore, right? Like, once you're like,
no, I haven't tried to jerk off while looking at her.
I'll tell you this: there used
Yeah.
to be a fat chick when I lived in Bensonhurst. There was a fat chick across the way from me. I lived in a house; she lived in a house, second floor, fat. Just walking around bra and panties with the shades up.
Didn't give a shit.
Didn't give a shit. Would bone me up to jerk off every day. Fat, like, I'm talking about, I saw her in clothes. Gross. But anytime I saw her walking around, because it's like, does she want me to see her? I don't know if she wants me to see her. Maybe I'm getting away with something. Maybe she really wants it. Maybe she's a fucking dirty girl who really wants me to see her. Nobody else could see her. Like, the other two houses on either side of me couldn't see in there. If you're walking by, you totally could.
Right.
But like, I'm just like, you just get my mind going.
Well, here's what it is. Doug Stanhope, I think he said this as a joke on an album, or maybe he just said it somewhere, but when you go to a strip club, the one chick you end up staring at is the bartender who has her clothes on.
I've never even heard that, and that is absolutely
It's just true. And the reason is because there's something about the fact that it's unavailable that it makes it more intriguing than all the people that just walking out with their tits out. I think that's the intrigue of this lady across the street. Is there something like forbidden about it, and I can't get myself comfortable enough to just stare out my window and get busted. And my window is set up in a way there's nothing I could possibly be doing other than just staring out my window looking at this chick.
There's
no casual.
You gotta have a cigarette, like you're
just
trying.
have the newspaper open
With like the people's cut out. Yeah. Well, I tried one day, like I was trying to like pretend like I was on my laptop and just looking past the laptop.
Here's the reason.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, and I think women kind of get this more than dudes. Sometimes you just want to be in the line of the sun. You just want that light.
Yeah, get the sun
that's
on your
always the
body.
excuse. You know what you start doing? Pull the shades all the way up, completely naked.
That's what I'm thinking. I should throw it back at her, but I just don't like. I don't have a big enough cock for that. Like, I wish I like if I had a real,
Dude,
you know, like
get one of these bad.
I was thinking about
penis
that.
pumps.
No.
Start fluffing that bad boy
Yeah,
up.
pump it up.
No, I'm thinking I should slap a dildo between my legs, just like duct tape it. She won't know.
Yeah.
She'll just be like, "Holy shit, this guy's
She's not
got
gonna
a fucking."
see it that well. I'm sure the outside of your windows are pretty dingy.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Nobody washes apartment windows.
Yeah.
They're all dingy after time. Like, you could throw anything there. You could honestly probably just stuff a sock or hold a banana there.
Right. Also, I've got so many piles of garbage in my room. I might just be camouflaged as a human being with just the random.
With that
piles
black
of-
hoodie on, you
Yeah,
could just put a
exactly.
garbage
Like
bag.
you might, if you looked into my room, you'd just be like, "Oh, that's another pile. Why is that pile of garbage moving around?" If anything, you know.
It's
rats
rats
got
Good
into
for
it.
him.
So, what do you guys think is the etiquette in terms of like? Is it her
There's
job?
no etiquette in this point. In this situation, there is.
You mean I'm allowed to stare, and if she busts me and wants to start closing her shades, then that's it.
That is the. I think that is. Yeah, that's it.
That's why they got shades.
The whole thing is like,
But it would be
here's the thing, you've
inappropriate-
never seen her in the street, right? And she lives
No.
around the corner from you.
No, I don't.
And
I don't know
honestly,
her.
There's this weird thing when you look in the backyard of somebody. it's hard to find the place when you walk around the block, right? Like just in general. You couldn't even like really be like, I think that's the building, but it might be that building. What apartment is it? You couldn't figure it out.
No, I wouldn't be able to figure out who she was. Joining us on the show is Nate Charles.
Hello. Is my mic on? Is anything on?
Yeah, man, you're here.
I can hear you.
We're to get you in the loop. We're talking about in my apartment. I got a naked lady across from me every morning at 7 a.m. and I need it to stop because I keep waking up at 7 a.m. and I don't want to be up at that hour. I get home at 2 or 3 in the morning. It's throwing off my schedule here.
You're deliberately waking up to get a look at this?
I mean, my penis is waking me up.
Pavlovian,
it's like
probably,
knocking.
right?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So what's the setup? She's across, like, in terms of across an alleyway, she's through a window having a shower? What's the...
No, she's just in her room being naked, hot as
Also
all hell.
hotter than her showering.
Yeah.
It's way the fact that she's like doing other stuff naked.
She gets on the bed and she'll put... Oh, here's another thing. On the other side of the room is a mirror, so you can see ass and tits at the same time.
Insane.
Because, like, you can catch the reflection on some shit, but then she'll, like, get on her bed naked and she'll put her legs up in the air and, like, start, like, slowly putting on stockings.
I mean...
The working theory, because I was talking about this in the SDR show, they were thinking maybe she's a cam girl, and her thing is like she's part of like other people's morning routine. Like this is how sick I am in the head when they start to say that. I was like, no, this is my special thing. Like
You got jealous.
this is my wholesome neighbor. Like don't say that about my neighbor. She's
definitely not
slutty.
wholesome. Because the shades are up.
No, but her shades aren't totally up. They're angled, like they're down but angled. So I think she might just think she can't be seen, but her shades are not always open. She's only opening them in the morning when she's doing this shit. Other than that, it's totally blocked out.
It's blinds. It's not
blinds.
shades. They're
Yes,
blinds.
thank you. I misstated.
And she's opening them a little to let some sun in from the angle that the sun
And
comes.
I'm a little
And
above her.
you're a little
hiding in the
above
so
her.
I can fucking see down. So I can see it clear as
Like
day.
a fucking Japanese
By the way,
bomber hiding in the
To
sun.
reference the SDR show, those guys are such scumbags that they can only like. Have you ever seen a woman put on jeans that she's just outgrown? My mom taught me this when I was a child, which she probably shouldn't have because she was a bad person.
Yeah.
But she would get on the fucking bed and like slam her shit.
Oh, people
into,
used
like,
to
her
use pliers to
down.
get that
Yeah.
thing
To
up.
get the
So she's
fucking
probably
zip
just
up.
doing that that's probably just how she learned how to put on stockings.
Oh, is to get up on the bed, put her legs
So you're
in the air.
actually seeing the morning routine, and I don't even think you even ever say a word.
Yeah,
I mean, I just keep staring, but I think I'm going to get busted at some point because I bet if I can see her, I
Dude,
think
that's
she
the
could just-
hottest part is getting busted.
You need to get
Because
some
here's the thing.
houseplants.
What?
You need to get some houseplants you can
So I
hide
can blend
behind.
in.
Yeah, you can
I can
fucking
fully camouflage my face like
paint
a
your
military
face.
movie.
Yep.
So what's the issue then? The issue sounds great. You have morning routine where you look at some broad.
You're getting up early, you're seeing the sun.
What's and also who doesn't want to get up? Go for a run after you have a look at this fucking hot woman.
Maybe you
that's
fix your life schedule.
Maybe you buy some binoculars.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you up it to too creepy. I also feel like filming
Too
is
creepy
bad
for
karma.
what?
No, I would.
Filming is bad
I
karma.
think filming is, I think.
Because
Bad film.
we all agree on that.
filming
bad
is also
karma.
a crime.
Right. Whereas if I'm looking, that's
Coincidental.
But
Yeah,
if you're
it's
trying to
happening.
like sell the apartment and you're just trying to show what the window looks like from the outside, who knows? And you're at 7
I was like,
a.m.
if I ever show my apartment, I got to make sure that I'm showing it at 7 in the morning. Like,
Yes.
by the way, here's my shitty closet, and out there's that naked chick you can see every morning.
Well, if your roommate with the better bedroom ever moves out and you want to get rid of your
I got to let them know. But here's the nice
Well,
thing
like,
about this.
Yeah.
All right, so I think the council has spoken. Fucking stare till you get busted and assume that she can't.
And I'll
see
be
me.
honest, getting busted is the hottest part.
What's
Because
hot
she
about
might
that?
be like, she might even wave at me, and then I can wave back, put up my number
it?
against the
Wave
wall.
back?
And
Is that the fantasy? So you're going to look at her, she's going to look back and be like, all right, this is on?
No, I think the hottest part of this is when she finally sees you and gets
she's
embarrassed.
and she's super upset by it.
yeah.
And as
She realizes that she's been doing this every day for a year.
and she scrambles to adjust the blinds.
Okay, no, here would be the funniest way is if
but
I started
then,
eating.
yeah,
You
maybe
never
a
see
month
it
or
again.
two later, she's like, he's probably not looking anymore, and then she starts opening those blinds again,
know,
and then you're like, oh.
It'd be great if I set up like a kitchen table by the window and I started sitting there every morning like pancakes, coffee, like newspaper. So when you finally get busted, like her view is a dude just fucking like dinner theater looking right at her.
Right at her. That's
Yeah.
part of your routine now.
Yeah.
You cut holes in the newspaper like one of those fucking spies in the
It's not bad.
cartoon.
It might work.
Boom, boom.
It might work.
Tits all morning.
So here's the other thing I've been dealing with in my building is new person just moved in, and the most horrible stink I've ever smelt in my entire life.
Really?
Like, to describe the stink, at first I thought someone like
Permanently?
accidentally like a fish fell out of like a cart and they just left it somewhere in the building. Like it just smelled like rotten fish. And then it converted from that to almost like someone was processing meat into hot dogs within the building.
not good.
And they were just, that factory smell of converting.
And it persists. They don't go
Yeah,
nowhere.
and it wasn't going away. So finally we at least figured out what it was.
Who?
What?
Who's we?
Me and my roommate.
Oh, okay.
The lady underneath me is smoking a lot of weed, but she's not just smoking weed. The weed smell is kind of mixing with the building smell, which isn't great. And then she's burning the world's worst incense. Now, once I figured out the incense part, like now at least I can wrap my head around what the smell was. But before I knew what it was just like fucking funk. But it was getting like, dude, I taped up the outside of my door and it looks like someone's cooking meth in my apartment now because I literally duct taped the outside to try and
that
keep.
bad?
It is worse than that bad. Like I'm like nervous that my clothes are going to smell. It is the worst fucking funky. And then I had this moment where I was like, I can't believe I'm the guy that has to go knock on someone else's door and be
Really?
like,
You can't believe
smoke
you're the
weed."
guy that's going to knock on someone's door about
to
their
tell them to
incense?
not smoke weed.
Yeah,
It's like, that's
small
like,
Jew in sales. knocks on neighbor's door.
You happen to be outside.
no, I'm a lifetime pothead. I can't believe I'm the guy who's like, hey, you can't be smoking weed
Well,
here.
it's not the weed, it's the incense.
Well, that's, yeah, so basically I knock on the lady's door. She opens her door.
If you literally
You already
go,
went.
"Hey, I don't mind the weed smell."
That's exactly what I said. I was like, I don't. She's like, I'll stop. So I was like, no, smoke all the weed you want. The incense is terrible. You got to stop with. She's like, why? I was like, it smells horrible. Smoke all the weed you want. I don't care. Now I thought I was being courteous because I was like, I obviously am not going to call.
You're
the
like
cops. I don't
Donald
want-
Sterling. Fuck all the black guys you want. Just don't bring them to my house.
That's very reasonable.
Right.
Who can get upset with that guy? That's very. It's like I'm gonna give you all the money in the world. You get to hang out with me. Just don't make it known that you're fucking black dudes behind my back.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Simple.
Just don't let my friends at the country club be able to make fun of me. for
That's all I
also
want.
fucking
That's
you.
That is the most reasonable request ever, right?
Yeah.
So-
Nobody should be able to describe your girlfriend's pussy as roomy and have you be like, "No."
So I thought I'm going to be courteous. I don't need to call the landlord. I don't need to call the cops. I can knock on the door and just be like, listen, do you mind
Oh,
not?
she was cunty about it. Here's the thing. I
Yeah.
think knocking on the door is the right thing to do.
I think so too.
Like, I've had my door knocked on, and I've been like, oh, yeah, I probably should have been running a hammer drill at 9 a.m. Like, when I first moved into my place, I was, like, installing a counter because I'm a fucking idiot, and I had a hammer drill, and I was putting a fucking counter in the middle of the night, and this guy goes, yo, I got babies, man. And I was like... First of all, he was like kind of crying. I thought he thought he was gonna have to fight somebody, and I was just like, "Oh man, my fault. I'll just stop." And he was like, "All right." Like I was like, "Thank you very much for just not calling the cops." I just closed the door very close. My neighbor flooded my apartment, and now anytime I hear anything going on up there, I go up and go boom, 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 boom. What are you fucking idiots doing? They flooded my apartment because they turned off the water in the building to fix something, and this bitch went to get into her fucking shower. Turned the knob and was like, oh, there's no water. And didn't turn the knob back off and then left for work.
So the water came back on?
And it's only because I work nights that I was in my house and then the water just finally whoosh
Holy shit.
at like 4:30 when I'm getting ready for work.
Edo came through it once.
It was pouring through. So it clearly flooded her bathroom that probably had the door closed, went under the shit. It was coming through my I had to have them turn off the lights in the whole building. I was like, I got to go to work. They were like, well, she's not going to be back till 7. This is at 4:30. And I'm like, well, I guess you got to turn off the water for the building. And he's like, well, what do you, I can't turn off the water for the whole building. I was like, it's coming out of my light fixtures. We're going to burn this building down. That's what's going to happen. And he turned off the water until she came home. But like, so now every time and then one time they somehow broke their toilet. This is twice in the same year and a half. And every time they would flush it, it would pour over the rim. And I finally went, it happened, and I go up there, and they're like, oh, we broke our toilet, I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay. And then it happened again, and I just went up and started kicking their fucking door.
Wait.
And I hear from inside the house.
I'm trying to shit in here.
No, I hear from inside the house, the woman go, who the hell is that? And then the dude go, It's definitely the motherfucker from downstairs. You flushed the fucking thing again. And then I was like, what are you guys doing? He's like, look, man, I'm sorry. You know, you piss and then you flush the toilet. And it was clean water coming down because it's from the edge. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, clean in a relative sense.
no, but it was the water. It was the fresh water from the toilet. Basically, like their toilet broke in the front.
Yeah.
So when they would flush, it would pour out and then come through the crack under the toilet.
Right.
So it wasn't like the shit water.
Right.
It was the clean toilet water. And I was just like, he was like, look, man, you got to understand. Like, you do your
These
business
retarded,
and you
man.
hit the... No, he was like, you do your business and you hit the thing. Because what they were doing while they were waiting for the super to come in and replace their toilet in a couple of days is they were filling up a bucket and pouring it in, and then that wouldn't affect my house.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so this bitch took a couple pisses and forgot. And then I was just like, what the fuck? And I just went upstairs and spazzed out. And he was like, you gotta understand, you piss, you finish, you flush the toilet, you're programmed to do that. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm a little calmer now, but stop fucking doing it. Take the fucking handle off. I don't care.
Yeah. Quit flooding my fucking apartment with your fucking water. I get that. So I try and do the neighborly thing, right?
Yes.
How old is this lady?
I'm going to say between 35 and 40 Asian. And by the way, when she was Asian and opened up the door, I had a moment in my head where I was like, oh shit, is she going to tell me she was cooking something and I'm just being racist? Like, I really had that, like, I was like, oh shit, I really was pretty sure that this was like weed and incense, but this might just be
Dehydrated shrimp paste.
I was like, this might turn into me being the asshole, right? But then I was like, hey, you're kind of like burning incense. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, and you're smoking a lot of weed. And she's like, it was like a kid. She's like, yeah. I was like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, she just. So, anyways, I go upstairs. 5 minutes later, she comes up, knocks on the door, and goes, hey, you guys are making a lot of noise up here. You like moving stuff around? And I'm like, no, we're just kind of walking. And she goes, well, you guys are making a lot of noise. Are you new to the building? We're like, no. I was like, no, I've been here for 2 years. You just moved in below us. If there's a problem with noise, you have to call the landlord because that's a floor problem. Good luck with the landlord. But now I feel like I got beef with the lady downstairs.
oh, yeah, she definitely did that as a tit for tat situation.
100% she did. But
You should have
like,
gave her a joint, or do you want to smoke or something? We can go sit by my window and watch this lady with
no, then I
titters
feel like
out.
she'll be like, this guy's trying to rape me now.
Maybe.
Like first
Who
he knocks
knows?
on my door, and next thing you know,
Now I'm in his apartment.
But now I'm learning. It's like you can't do the courteous thing. You just got to pull the shitty call the landlord move.
Yeah. It's a fine line between complaining and raping someone.
Yeah.
Very difficult water to tread. Yeah, I mean, you did the right thing, though, at this point. At the end of the day, I mean, to be a mad cunt about it, what you're doing is walking around. That's fine. If it comes down to it, you can be like, look, you're smoking weed in there. So, you know, only one of us is going to get in trouble with the cops for doing what they're doing. Don't make me be that guy. Just take it easy, please.
Yeah. Also, I have too much drugs in my apartment for cops to start showing up because of a weed smell.
It's
Get
a
her
huge
some
risk.
better incense.
What do
Get
you
her
have
some
in there,
incense you
meth?
like.
So I kind
Oh,
of.
that's a smart idea, though.
I don't have any meth.
Imagine showing up with that peace offering, being like, listen, check this incense out. This is really good. I'd be really happy smelling this coming up through you.
Yeah, I should just buy her like, hey,
think
welcome
that's
to the
really-
building. Here, I brought you better
I think it's really
incense.
sweet.
That's not bad.
And some
especially if
weight,
it was
and give
something that Asians were allergic to, so she just moves out.
Is she Asian?
Milk?
Yeah. Like pull like a bug's butt, or Asians allergic to milk.
Yeah,
I got
Asians
milk
have a way
incense.
higher.
Milk.
That's why there's no cheese in Asian food. Is there higher lactose?
If I got
intolerance.
like a whey protein,
Yeah.
like incense or something.
just kill her.
Yeah.
Like they did to us with mustard gas in the first war.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that. Either milk or workers' rights. Those are the two things Asian
Yeah,
people line
that
into.
they're like allergic
So
to.
Make
So
incense from that.
all right. So
Also,
yeah.
you could get her an incense that smells like not eating dogs.
Oh yeah, they hate not eating dogs. She will go fucking crazy if she's like, this doesn't smell like eating dogs at all.
It's just like, you know, when you first try to not eat meat for like one day,
Yeah.
and you know when you're at night when you try to go to sleep and you're like, there's something missing from this day. Oh, it's probably meat.
Yeah.
That's how they feel about dogs every day they're in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, they're just like licking their teeth, being like, something's missing.
Like you guys just keep these as pets? This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Plus, yeah, they're always walking around in the park looking at all these
You
dogs.
can't
go to
walk them
waste.
that much. That gets their muscles all straight.
I used to tell this joke. I haven't told it in a while, but you know why you never see an Asian pet store? It's because they'll eat the inventory. have one slow week and just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat
It's
this
called
turtle.
a hot pot restaurant.
What the fuck's a hot? I don't
Hot
even know what
pots
that
are
is.
nice. I like that place.
Hot pot is they just give you a boiling pot of broth and you just throw things in it.
Oh, you could just be like turtle, shrimp. Yeah, I've never. That sounds great.
It's Mongolian.
I mean,
hot pot.
not turtle and shrimp in a soup.
Is it
but
Mongolian?
Everyone I've been to is called Mongolian hot pot. I'm not. Maybe that's some kind of
Shabu
misnomer.
shabu is
Shabu
Japanese
shabu.
one, I guess.
Yeah.
99 flavors. That's like a Chinese one.
See?
That one will give you a free on your birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you give me a license, you eat for free.
Shit.
All right. Next thing I want to talk about is I had to go. I had a health ailment that I was ignoring for about 3 months. I was having
AIDS?
it turned out to be AIDS.
Wow.
But luckily that's treatable now. So, you don't even really need to get that checked out. Like, you just announce that you have it. They give you some drugs. No, I was having a real throat problem. And I thought it was just from yelling on stage. My throat was bothering me for 3 full months, and I don't have health insurance. I was just ignoring it. But I don't just not have health insurance. Years ago, I went to the 24-hour care place, one of them on my street.
Okay.
And I had a health insurance at the time. And after the thing, I was like, what do I owe you? It's totally covered. I was like, there's no payment here? No. Send me a bill later for $165. So I was like, I'm not fucking paying. I was there. I pulled out my credit card. I said, please charge me. You said there's no charge. You can't then bill me later. But then I was like, all right, now I can never go back to that place.
Why not?
Because they're going to be like, hey, you owe us $165. No, they've been sending me that bill in the mail for...
Is it from them or a larger corporation?
No, it's from the urgent care center. I don't know if it's from their specific
Give
one.
it a shot, see what happens.
So this is 2 years ago. So I went to a different urgent care the next time I had to do something, and then I had to get some blood lab work thing done. Maybe it was an STD test, but I don't have sex outside of marriage. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm a religious Jewish individual.
100%.
So anyways...
Do your parents listen to this?
Yeah, they might. Who knows? Anyways, I hope not. Anyways, they never sent me the bill for the lab work, which was supposed to be super expensive. So for 3 months, I was nervous to go to either of the 2 urgent care centers because I was like, I've stiffed both of these guys on a bill. I don't have health insurance. I got what am I going to go to the emergency room for a sore throat? Fuck it. I'm sure this will go away. Finally, I went, and it turns out, I don't know, they gave me some steroid for it. They're like, it doesn't matter.
Oh, what do you mean it doesn't matter? You just spend this whole fucking time. What was it?
I'm getting to a different point here.
What's the point?
You know what? Fuck this story.
Steroids cure AIDS.
Is that it? We already knew that. Yeah.
No,
How
so-
do you think magic got through?
In my exploration, because firstly, the incident had me a little bit nervous where I was like, okay, I have to get myself health care. And I'm convinced I've discovered 2 scams that exist within healthcare that I want to share.
Okay.
First is, there was all this talk about pre-existing conditions. That was the big thing with Obamacare, was they said that if you had pre-existing condition, they were going to change the system so that you can get coverage. Do you guys remember hearing that? That was that's something that politicians have been nonstop talking about.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker on that. What they've changed is, let's say you're a healthy individual and you decide, I want to get insurance and I don't have insurance. You're unable to purchase insurance outside of the enrollment window. So if you don't purchase insurance in October, November, that's it for the whole year. You're not able by law to go get insurance. So you might go, well, if I decided I want insurance in, April, why can't I do it? Well, because if you get rid of pre-existing conditions, they can't just let you go purchase insurance year round, because then if you get sick, you'll just go purchase insurance and then there's no reason to purchase it in advance. Hence, meaning they did not get everybody coverage for pre-existing conditions. They just switched the way that you can get insurance so that they can turn to the American people and go, hey, we've made sure that even if you have a pre-existing condition, you get coverage. But the point is, but you have to, if you got cancer in April, you got to figure out how to live with your cancer until the following January to go get yourself health insurance, even though you have a pre-existing condition.
I heard.
Avoid
If you
seltzer.
stop drinking seltzer, your tumor shrinks.
Or just if you're gonna get cancer and you don't have insurance, just try and do it around September. If you do it in September, you just got to survive 1 month with that cancer.
That's all right. Cancer is a fall disease. It's a good time to be.
It's when the seasons
every
change.
tumor I've ever seen is definitely earth tones.
Yeah, you can see it. It's an autumnal sort of look on them tumors.
Okay.
But yeah, yes, we can. Nice, Obama. Good job.
So here's the next scam that I think exists with healthcare coverage.
Yeah.
If you go for a bronze plan, the way a lot of them work is essentially they'll pay 60%
They cover
of
your tanning, but not your skin's cancer treatment.
Is that true?
That's a bronze plan. That's what that is.
Okay, great. He's taking shots though. So
Hey, this is my third podcast in 3 hours.
I got it. It's the 11:42, so we're kind of against the clock.
We got it.
Okay, so they will cover like 60% of your medical bills after the deductible. But I'm pretty sure if you have zero health coverage, let's just imagine that you have zero. In this experience, what I discovered when you have zero health insurance, they kind of work with you. Like the guy is in the room with another dude. He goes, oh, he doesn't have health insurance. Go look up the coupons. Go print out this. Like they kind of go, hey, this guy doesn't have money. We have to try and help him out. And they start trying to figure out what the cheaper options are. I've never had them say to me like, listen, if you had insurance, we would do this. But since you don't, we're going to go with this lesser option.
I've had them say, your insurance doesn't cover this. This is what we charge your insurance. It'd be like, I had a rehab device for my foot when I had surgery. It was like, yeah, we would normally charge your insurance $350 a month because it doesn't cover it. We'll give it to you for $100.
So that's exactly what I'm getting at. If you look at the percentage that you pay to your insurance company, I am pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong if you're out there, I'm not telling you don't get insurance, but I'm on to a bit of a scam here.
Check the thing. Yeah. Well,
no, what I'm saying is that if you're paying 40% of what they then say is a $3,000 bill, that's the same thing as being there and then just telling you, hey, you don't have insurance, pay us $1,000.
For sure, man.
So in other words, you're paying your insurance company on the idea that they're going to cover costs, but what they cover is the fictional inflated cost that they mark shit up
by.
by.
You're paying for insurance for is when it's not that thing you can
pay for yourself.
But I'll
you're
tell
saying
you
like,
this. Always have, it's like $12 a year. There's a Walgreens prescription plan, and figure out sometimes that shit is cheaper than your insurance is going to cover. Like, cause they'll give you like a ridiculous deal on generics. Right. Like it's insane. Like my thyroid medication was cheaper with no insurance with the Walgreens plan than it was with insurance without it. Because they won't give you this plan if you have insurance. But they don't check. You just go in there and say, I don't have insurance. And then you just have to fill your prescriptions at CVS that you want to use insurance for. Like that's another. There's the healthcare.
Right. That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Most places will take cash and work with you.
Do you have does Australia have national healthcare?
Yeah.
So like if you got sick enough, if you could just survive your flight, they'll patch you up if you get there.
I can. If worst case scenario, I mean, I have healthcare now because of my wife. But worst case scenario, I'd go back to Australia.
You just got to survive the flight. That's not bad.
My family. I had one thing that happened to me. There's a doctor's office near me that I go to. They only take cash, and I used to go there when I didn't have health insurance. I went there when I was applying for my green card. And I had to, they do like a blood test and shit. They make sure you don't have AIDS and stuff before they let you in the country. It's 100% what they're doing. But she gave me a drug test. This is how dope this doctor was. She gave me the drug test and she stopped and she was like, so I'm going to test your urine for drugs now. Do you do drugs? And I said, yeah. And she said, are you on drugs now? And I said, yes. And she said, all right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you your money back and you're going to go away. And then you can come back and take this test another day because if I turn in your urine and there's drugs in it, I have to sign you up for rehab before I can let you into the country.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Lucky she warned me.
What a terrible start to your life in America.
Yeah, imagine that.
What a good person, though.
Yeah, how great
to
was
give
that?
you the heads up.
So I went away.
Other countries, they would just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. For being
Singapore?
gay. Yeah. Singapore, I'd be headless by the end of that fucking meeting. I'm not a Singaporean
Before
citizen.
that meeting, they'd have been like, look at this guy.
Yeah, look at this queer. I'm going to cut him up.
All right, so
Asians are homophobic. Go on.
yeah, and we still got to figure out how to get rid of that one from my building.
Oh, yeah. Fill it with homos. Dude, problem solved.
Oh, like
Start
play
sucking cock.
Yeah, but just play gay sex noises. Like get a speaker and put it up against the floor.
Yeah.
And play the sounds of gay sex.
You blast
and,
gay sex noises and the Pet Shop Boys through that floor, and she will be out of there in the morning. And then just don't eat
or
dogs.
set a trap, like put up a sign like barbecue bring your dog meat or something.
Yeah.
Set up some sort of a trap in the yard. That's not a bad idea. So I was saying that I feel like there's a lot of a scam going on in healthcare. Also, every once in a while I talk to professionals. I would say one of the big industries that I've interacted with some professionals in the liquor industry, and the way to distribute alcohol in this country is seemingly insane that you have to go through a distributor and there's limited licenses to be the distributor. So
Well, it's the same with cars. You can't buy a car from the fucking grocery store. You got to go to a car dealership. It's the
Right,
same
and
thing.
some of them, like, it's tough to do the online sales, right?
In Jersey, you can't even do. Yeah, you can't. Like Tesla, the dealerships fought Tesla for direct to market cars.
Right, you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah,
Which is bullshit.
yeah,
Ridiculous.
Of course, it's bullshit. Okay, so I want to put out the call. If you're out there and you're an industry expert, I'm watching the news now. For 2 years, they wasted our time with this Mueller investigation bullshit, and it's bullshit. And I want to cover, like, more of the boots on the ground. As a libertarian, we hear the ideas that government kind of gets in the way of industry. So if you're a professional and you're interacting with government in a way that government is not allowing you to run your business, I want it. Call in. Reach out to us. It's robsnewsroom@gmail.com. We're going to do some real journalism on this
Call
show.
our email address.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get it. Can I get it started?
Please.
I ran a kitchen for years.
Yeah.
The health code in this city, particularly, is written as if every chef is trying to murder everyone that walks in the fucking door. If you have too many nicks in your cutting board, you get a violation. Like they are going to, for example, I used to make my mayonnaise from scratch. Anybody here have a problem with that?
That sounds
It's
cool.
super illegal
Why
What?
is it illegal?
because you have to use raw eggs.
Oh yeah, you got to.
But the process of making mayonnaise kills any bacteria.
So
in
is
the
that
eggs.
because they want, like, it's a protection racket basically for craft that they want to make
they
sure
don't,
that you're buying?
Because the people that write laws are not chefs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you make, you add acid, that's what kills the bacteria, and you
Right.
whip it all together. Bacteria can't live in lemon juice that you need to make mayo, right? You whip that all together, it kills any potential bacteria. But the fact of the matter is, they wrote this law that eggs have to be cooked to this temperature. When you get your eggs over light or like sunny side up, technically the top of that is not at temperature. If somebody came in and tested just that, you know that when that gooey shit is in the top of your sunny side egg, that's not up to code. I remember we got a violation at the bar I worked at once because they came in and we would keep some syrups in there. No milk, nothing like that. Just some like simple syrup and shit like that in the fridge. We got a keg delivery. They show up. Fridge is in at temperature. It's like, yeah, you guys saw us just change all these kegs. Those kegs are warm kegs. The temperature of the fridge is gonna go up. Nah, violation. Bam. Well,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
I mean, the fucking code is written just to get revenue from fining people.
Well,
When I
also,
was
every time they pass something, they justify their chops.
When I was a chef here,
What kind of chefing did you do?
I worked at, where was I chefing? Oh, my friend opened like a
Dingo-ria.
he opened a dingo-ria with the fucking boomerang back. Come on, dude. It was a taco place actually. How's that for assimilation? It was like a boutique
Australian tacos give you dingorea.
But it's true. That's one of the side effects. You get dingorea. It's really, really slimy.
What
Now,
kind
this
of
was
shit were
here
you
in the
cooking
Lower
up?
East Side.
Yeah.
But my point is, we just had a rule in that restaurant that when the fucking
You throw
health,
everything out.
yeah, you put everything, hotel pans, all that shit, all your ingredients, you just put it in a garbage bag, wrap it up, and throw it on the side of the road. Wait for the cunt to leave,
And then you take it back in.
out.
It's way
clean it.
worse. It's way worse
the
than
only way.
if they were just common sense. Literally,
In other words,
every
they
kitchen does this. You literally, health inspectors here because they come in and check in with the manager, right?
Then someone runs back.
And then somebody runs back to the kitchen. You take a clean garbage bag, everything that's out, throw it in there, and you leave it outside for 2 hours until that health inspector leaves.
yeah.
Gross.
Then you got to throw it out.
And then you pull it back in, and you take everything out of that garbage bag, and you put it back in the fridge or back into play. It's so much worse than what it should be.
Because you can't. It's the rules here don't think about service. You can't have shit out. They want everything refrigerated all the time.
Everything's got to be refrigerated all the time. There is no way you could heat up mac and cheese to hot all the way through in a big order of mac and cheese from the fridge. So I used to take my mac and cheese out, get it to room temperature, and then make it hot enough to kill anything that would make you sick. The rules are insane. They're written by bureaucrats. They're not written by anybody who's ever been in a kitchen. Think about it this way. When you go to your fucking family's house for fucking any holiday meal, that food sits on the table for 4 hours. At the end of the night, you're still kind of picking at it. You ever gotten sick? No, of course you didn't. Like, there you go. There's your...
All right, so first report from BK Chris, the
And
food
Nick.
laws in New York City.
Me too. I was there.
Yeah, but he's on drugs, and it was like not quite the
I'm
same
talking about when I was
restaurant.
the chef
and
too,
you
and I got
know,
fucked in the ass
oh,
as
okay.
well.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow it.
Yeah, me getting off for being on drugs was not the government getting in the way. I mean, I guess they got in the way of me being on drugs and being a citizen. I don't want the citizenship. I'm not interested.
Well, I mean, look, here's the thing. What we did was we got the service industry out of the way. There's other industries out there.
So
The
if you're
service
out
industry
there,
is the most blatant one that you're going to
Yeah.
get the most responses for. Let's go with the other industry.
yeah, if you're out there and you can tell us very specifically what government has done that's ruined your ability to make a living for yourself, your family, or get prosperity that you think is totally ridiculous, hit us up, robsnewsroom@gmail.com. We'll have you call into the show. Now,
And don't be a black girl selling water on the street. It's already been done, right?
all right, I want to talk briefly because this is really annoying me that there's so many news stories right now that are just like, they're not coming to a conclusion. I almost feel like that's why so many people stopped watching Lost, was that like they kept having these cliffhangers and then you're like, I'm invested, but you're not giving me a fucking answer, right? And that's what I feel with the Jussie Smollett thing, where it's like, are we in a new era of black privilege now? Where like, you know, they're just getting off for shit? Or are there racists in the Midwest who are saying that it's Trump country where like, you got me invested in the story?
I think it's same old rich people getting off. You know, he gave them a ton of money for like whatever.
It wasn't that much. It was 10 grand. Which in the scream of a
you know what I would do
bribe
with
is
10
like-
grand? I would not be in this podcast right now for 10 grand.
Oh, you don't
know what
mean
I
that.
No,
Come
but I
on,
wouldn't
that's
be
all it
working
take
I
is
wouldn't
a-
be working my job for a fucking, you know? I
2
mean, 10
months?
grand is a lot.
Grand?
I would take 10 grand right now and not work my job for like a year and a half.
A year and a half?
Year and a half.
Yeah, and then fucking play it by ear from
Do you
there.
just donate blood for a living?
Yo,
What's your job?
I've sold blood for $20 a pint.
Where at?
Allentown, Pennsylvania. They got a blood bank, not bank, but like study there. They'll buy that shit.
I like to know that a chocolate-infused whiskey goes for more than your blood.
What the fuck is chocolate infused whiskey?
There's a company called Brooklyn Distilleries that sells chocolate infused. It's like $40 a pint.
Oh,
Is
damn.
it disgusting?
Double the worth of Joe's blood.
I'm O negative. I got the good
No,
blood.
it's fine. It's not good. It's not worth $40 a pint.
All right. The other crazy news story this week is the government forced a Chinese company to sell Grindr. And the reason why they forced them to sell Grindr is
They were
that,
exaggerating dick
What?
sizes.
Yeah. They forced them to sell Grindr because they felt that the information that they could acquire by seeing the back end of social media would allow them to possibly blackmail government employees. And they thought that it was a threat to our national security if a Chinese firm owned Grindr. Now, what's very alarming to me about that is that we know that the U.S. government does a lot of data collection, and the fact that they're going, hey, another government can't be doing data collection within our country on a social network makes me think, like, what kind of data are they collecting that they know that you're at serious risk of, like, human manipulation if people have this information? Like, in other words, you and I, we can't quite comprehend what it means to have, like, be a Google or a Facebook and have this mass data and what, I don't really understand what you can do with it. I know that, like, the powers that be really want it and that it's very important to them.
Well,
I
if you
know
have
that.
I mean, you know, if you have individual information on a person, you can blackmail them. It's just like you have
The
that.
scarier thing is knowing, like, general human trends, and it's like almost like if I manipulate the temperature a little bit, and by temperature it's more like everyone's mood, if I give them enough negative news all the time, or they, like, you can start predicting people like an algorithm, and then are they going to start reacting this way? Are we able to
But
some
Grindr's not going to do that. Was it not?
No, so I
just
guess the
fa-
biggest risk is, like, let's say you're a closeted gay person, and they know that you're a closeted gay person, you work for the government, they might be able to blackmail you.
Yeah. There'd be tons of them on Grindr. There'd be tons.
You mean closeted?
Closeted gay dudes in the government, for sure. Of course there would be.
Right. I just hope they keep Grindr open because I get hit on enough in New York City. I feel like a service that helps horny gay men find other horny gay men benefits all of us.
It's fantastic. They need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not fucking.
You need that. You need that outlet.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're a
Literally,
gay
you need-
dude, just finding a place for.
A sweet asshole to get inside.
Yeah, I don't want to like go back to the thing before Grindr when you just show up to a place and people are pulling out their dicks hoping that maybe you were gay as well.
Yeah, that was a difficult time.
Just
I
going to
remember
a
that.
park at night.
Yeah, no. Every time we were in a bathroom stall, some guy would just try and slip his dick up
I
the other
hated it.
side, see if you would jerk
Yeah.
him off while you were taking a shit.
Yeah, I'm taking a shit. Sometimes I'm like, oh, there's no air in here. I got to cut a hole. I'm trying to like relax. A dick comes through. I'm like, I'm not interested, man. I'm just trying to take a dump.
Yeah, New York City's
Arbitrarily cutting holes.
Yeah, there's no ventilation in here.
Jesus.
And you think I've helped you out too? Now you got
Yeah.
ventilation. You got a hole on your side. Stop
Now we're
sticking-
sharing this fucking, what I would hope would be dickless air.
Yeah, but now you're clogging it up with your
Dicking it
cock.
up. You're just
Yeah,
dicking up
All
this
right.
dicking up this beautiful air.
We're coming up against the clock here because we do have a hard out at 12 o'clock. So we only got 2 minutes, but last topic, well, actually, I want to throw out one quick thought, and then last topic we're going to discuss for this evening is, have you guys seen pictures of William Barr at all?
No.
Who the fuck is that?
Are you able to pull stuff up on the
DA?
screen? Yeah, no, he's like the new,
Attorney General.
yeah, exactly.
Barr?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Just, that's the only way to spell it.
All right.
Bill Barr.
Anyways, the guy's fucking adorable.
I feel like
He
I can't
literally,
picture
like,
him,
I
but
feel like
I've
he
seen
should just be walking around with the honey pot. He's got
him.
the most.
He's got glasses.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's got the most Winnie the Pooh look you've ever seen.
Adorable.
Like, I don't know if you can somehow plan how you get fat in life, but I want to get fat the way this guy's gotten fat. He's ultimate fat guy. There's something just completely adorable
whole thing that you guys
and
got
trustworthy about. No, that's he looks like Zach Amico there. That is the worst William Barr picture.
There you go.
Looks like a substitute teacher.
Yeah, go to that one. Go to the full body one.
I see the Winnie the Pooh.
That's the one. That's the one I wanted. That.
I see the Winnie the Pooh. Like if he says "Oh bother," you know.
He's just an adorable man. All right.
What's that Twitter conspiracy? AG William Barr is an ex-terrorist? What's that article say?
Oh yeah, Adrian
Well,
Barr is
you
an
know.
ex-traitor. I don't know. He said they compared him to Bannon. He does look like Bannon's good brother. Look at that shit.
How can you be an ex-traitor?
Ex-Trump crony.
Okay.
Wait, alleges A.G. William Barr is ex-Trump crony Steve Bannon.
He does, they do look alike.
Isn't
mean,
he a
He
current?
does look like.
Oh, they're saying he is Steve Bannon.
Saying he is
Yeah.
Steve Bannon, dog.
I believe it, man.
He
Look at
looks
What
like
the
him.
fuck website is this?
him. It's CNN, dog.
CNN. Where else? The fucking news website.
It's
Open your eyes and
CCN.
read the facts.
CCN.
Same guy. Look at that shit.
CCN.
Huh?
CCN.
CCN. Very clever. Is this CCN? Go up. CCN.
It's easy to confuse the two. All right, last topic, and I think this is important for us to address. I want to know, shitting away game, what do you guys do by way of courtesy flush? Now, firstly, are you guys familiar with the concept of a courtesy flush?
Sure.
Yes.
Flush early, get rid of the smell.
Exactly. Now, I always get a little bit nervous with a courtesy flush because sometimes the second flush, like some toilets don't have a great second flush to it. So I'm always reluctant to courtesy flush because last thing you want to do is get half that diarrhea out and then go to do the second flush and the toilet's not going to flush on you. But I want to throw it out to the panel of what you, shitting away game, do you guys ever go, I never courtesy flush. I understand the concept that right when the shit comes out of your asshole, flush that thing away, then do your wipe job, and then you don't stink up a place. But I get too nervous that it's
Well,
not
where
going
are
to
you?
flush well. It does just shitting away like home game, whatever. Stink up the fucking place. But even if you're a home game, let's say it's a home game, your first time you bring some chick back to your place, but you've been holding in a shit all night, and you got to get that thing out. So you go, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a minute.
What are you doing it there?
You know the chick you're with jumps. You put on the TV first. She'll get distracted for a minute. She won't even realize you were in there for as long as you were. But you still don't want to stink up the place because she's probably gonna have to like go in there next, and you don't want her to go in there and go, oh my god, this guy just took a huge shit in here. Obviously he's been holding it in all night. So that might be a courtesy
Yeah, that would
flush
be the worst
situation.
thing ever if she knew you took a shit.
But I'm just saying, generally speaking,
You sent her in
away,
the bathroom to wash her pussy and she smells your shit.
shitting away game, shitting, bar, restaurant. I don't know. You visit
I
your
have
kid
no
at school.
courtesy in either of those places.
Yeah, if I'm in a fucking public
If I'm in another
restroom, just keep
person's
your dick away from me.
home, maybe.
You mean
But
you
if
would
I'm
have
in-
more? You would have more of an incentive to courtesy flush in your. I feel like my own home.
No,
I'm comfortable.
somebody
I don't
else's
give a
home. I'm saying it's like I like you.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm
it's
in
all
your
courtesy
home.
flush.
That's why I'm here.
But I mean, I'm
But
not
if I'm in a
gonna-
restaurant or
Let's say you're
come
fucking.
on.
Let's say you're having sex at some chick's apartment. It's your first time having sex there, and you gotta take a shit. You wake up at like.
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. I'll do that. I'll do something like that. Then sure.
But do you, okay, fine. So let's say we're in a situation where you do want to be as courteous as possible. I say courtesy flush is scary to me because I think that the second flush might not have the power, and then you got to like waste time in the bathroom for the thing to refill. So you're on my you're on my side here.
That is the nightmare situation. You don't want to be sitting in a strange bathroom with a powerless second flush, waiting around for that thing to refill. You know, trying to pretend like things are
You're
okay.
talking about the tank?
Yeah, sometimes it's got a slow refill, and now you just got shit. You got your second round of shit sitting in the
top
toilet.
Off the tank and pull the handle up.
No, it's not the water refill.
It's got to build water up, right? Because it flushes it out.
You
Sometimes
go
you
under
gotta-
and open the valve more. These are simple plumbing issues, fellas.
You go under and open.
Wait,
it.
how
Don't go
quickly-
into a public toilet.
That will refill
No, you're
it.
talking
quicker.
about it at a chick's house.
Yeah,
right?
in a chick's house. All right, you're
So
gonna
you take a
fucking open
shit.
her valve. up?
Fucker, now you gotta fix her fucking toilet.
These are simple. These are not.
I'm not that
fixes.
kind of date, man.
These are not fixes. These are very simple toilet adjustments. If
Yeah.
there's not a good flow going into the toilet,
Yeah.
there's literally a knob under the toilet that you just turn to the left.
Yeah,
a
I
little,
know.
In the
and it'll
water?
fill up fast.
But it's not about there being a good flow. If you flush it, right, you're gonna have to wait
It'll
regardless.
Fill, yeah. That tank's got to fill up.
It's got to fill up.
But here's the thing. Here's how you could stop the filling up without. You can literally just pull the thing up,
Right.
the floater
Yeah.
up, and that will stop the refill. And then you could pull the thing that holds the water in and get another flush.
Can I just tell you, I'd be having such an anxiety attack with my shit in the toilet
I
that if
can
I tried
show you
doing
guys how
your
to
thing,
do it in the other room
I would
right now.
I would just end up breaking the toilet and having to like never
These are
talk to the
all
person again.
incredibly simple fixes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, and you're saying you'd force a flush because you fuck with the floater.
You could
and get
easily
it.
do it.
Yeah.
You can also make it fill faster by turning the knob under the
So why don't
tank.
they just
Right.
reset the toilet to just fill faster? If what you're saying is accurate, that there's an easy tweak, why not like a car engine that like you want to just soup up? Can't you just reconvert your toilet?
I once came into work and there was a out of order sign on the women's room.
Right.
I looked at the head bartender of where I was working and I go, "Why is there an out of order sign on the women's room?" And he says, "There's no water in there." And I said, "There's no, what do you mean there's no?" "Well, the plumber was here and there's no water in there." And I walked in and turned the valve on and there was water on. People are fucking retarded. That's why.
All right, fair enough. Okay, last question. I know I said
Well
that
done,
that one
Chris.
was the last one, but I got one more, and then we're gonna call it quits because we are going against the clock right now. Quickly, let's go around the table. Let's do quick plugs. I'm gonna plug myself first because that's what I'm gonna do. Not a lot of news going on the show. Follow me, Robbie the Fire. I'm on Twitter. I'm posting news jokes every day. Nate, go for it.
What's up? YouTube.com/Middlebrow. You can listen to Kicking It with Nate and Ray there. Also listen to our sketches. We got a sketch show called Audio Candy that's coming out in a month and a half. But subscribe to Kicking It with Nate and Ray.
High Society Radio on iTunes, on social media, and also I'm retweeting Robbie's news joke.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm at Bong Rips the Book on Instagram, Twitter, and Venmo. And I got a show
Venmo.
at the Creek in the Cave every Monday night at 10.
All right, last question. Bob Kraft porno comes out. And by porno, I mean the footage of him getting jerked off. Are you watching it? Do you see yourself jerking off to it?
Definitely not jerking off to it. I'm definitely watching it, though.
Why do you say definitely not? Because I could see myself being like, oh, I could play in my brain being the billionaire getting blown by this hot chick.
Wasn't it a kid? Isn't it a child he was fucking? That's like that's
no, he was
why-
getting blown.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Oh,
saying. He was getting blown.
Maybe. If he's getting blown, maybe.
It's so funny to me, the concept that like the government feels like they owe it to the public to release the tape.
What?
Here's what happened. So basically,
It's
like
newsworthy.
while prostitution is illegal, it seems to me that the government only really goes after it in cases where people are being sex trafficked or held against their will.
He should sue them on revenge porn statutes.
That's well, okay. So now they bust this one, and they find out that all the women are actually like more. They busted the wrong hookers. These are actually legitimate hookers. They like hookering. No one took them away from their homes, and so they're like, okay, we didn't really bust any child trafficking or sex trafficking here. We just have this tape of Bob Kraft getting his dick sucked, right?
Fantastic.
And now they're like, but we owe it to the public to release this evidence, which means we're like, come on, give the old guy a little dignity, you know?
You mean don't get, I mean, it's going to get out. Let it out there.
All right, do you see yourself watching it?
I mean, I already watched the mosque thing. You know, I can't see how this could be. I'm only kidding. I don't see how this could be any worse.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Joseph?
I'm not gonna watch it.
What do you think is- you
Fuck
thi-
the Patriots.
Do you think his dick
Because
has
you
any,
hate the
has
Patriots.
any,
You're like,
like
I don't
size
want to see
to
that
it?
guy's dick.
Yeah, fuck that cocksucker.
Do you think his dick has like any
I think
it's $1 billion dick, man?
I mean, you can't be that rich with a nice dick. You know, something's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
something's
guy will
wrong.
die like the Israeli fucker.
Yeah.
Dan Bilzerian's probably got.
All right, guys, that's our episode. Thanks for hanging out with you. Check out these guys' stuff. They're making great content. We'll be back next week with another episode. Peace.
Peace.